Hi guys, usually Yuri with you today. And have you ever feel something like this? What you can read on this slide? Some destructive attitude, some actions that you did against other people, sometimes against yourself when you become a self-destructive, or other people act like that. And you know what I mean. Everybody have that. Me, you, and all human beings. So if you're interested about understanding why we're doing so, why other people can act like that years and never change their behavior, even if they know that it's bad, if it's destroys their life and other people's life, what happens really beyond it? Stay with me, this workshop about this. And why you should listen to me? Of course, I'm here not to coach you or telling you what to do. I'm here to support you. All of this channel about that, and I invite you subscribe, like, dislike, drop a comment. But my experience that I have, more than decade as a holistic doctor and transformational coach, I help people overcome their limitations, their fears, heal, and help them rise their emotional, mental, and physical health. Of course, it affects all area of life, achievement in business, relationships, and overall fulfillment in life when we're talking about getting what we want. And I'm continue learning as you. Right now, I'm diving in coaching because my background when I started working with stroke survivors in clinic, and I was honored to work with them at home, and it's the condition when people not be able to use their body properly. It's like a half of the body didn't work, or like arm or leg. So it's a very huge like identity shift, and you need to help them through dialogue, through connection, through contact to heal and strive. This is what I learned back of the days. Right now, why uh, I consciously this is was my choice to dive in coaching because so many different tools that I can master, and they really works and they helps. I remember when my mom passed away as a refugee in Denmark in 2024, with all of my tools that I learned during years, talk to people on stages, writing books, was on TV show and radio. It was a lot of practice and knowledge and creating different healing programs for people. But in that moment, I really lost myself. I stopped even talk to people, and most important for me, I lost the passion and my mission. So using some tools that I learned from Tony Robbins, for example, triad, I started practice it every day, and during 2 weeks, I get back my smile. And it was not just uh, emotional, motivational talk. As a doctor, I learning science, I learning neurolinguistic, I learning psychosomatic. All of that important for me. Neurobiology and quantum biology, spirituality, very important for me to be able to, from different angles, to see situation and be able to help people. So if you are have a few minutes, let's dive in. You will not just staring on talking head. I prepare some slides for you. You see my presentation, not perfect. My English not perfect. I'm translating it in few languages, this topic, only because I really want this message to help you and other people who really seeking not just for knowledge, and not just temporary escape, because we have that, and I share with you how. Usually we use some different methods and substances to get out of these states temporary. I'm talking about permanent results that will stay with you all your life. It means like you can really change generational drama. Probably, I know that a lot of us have some from the childhood. During our relationship, we figure out, during connection with people, all of that becomes so clear, and usually we react. So this workshop will be about how to be able to recognize some patterns, behaviors, why it's matter, and most importantly, how to get out of it, how to manage and master your state and be able to recognize and see other people, build compassion, empathy, especially right now when most of us see that world going crazy like we're talking, but it's not really people going crazy. It's some parts of our behavior looks like they are crazy, like we are become crazy. But this is some state that we be able to work with. So let's move on, and I will be happy to hear from you your feedback, how it will helps you. Drop it in the comment, please, or find me in the social media or under this workshop in the comments. So very important awareness that under each behavior, destructive behavior, it's a pain. And when we aware of it, it's just a little step because everybody know that, yes, I know this was painful experience, is a painful situation. Right now I'm going through pain and I know how it is. I feel you and I'm here to support you because I also have some challenges. I'm from Ukraine and I moved before pandemic to different country to start my new life, new business, and explore. And pandemic hits, and after the war starts in Ukraine, right now it's spread like it happens in many countries. And I have some friends in other countries who are affected by war. Some people who I know personally stick in that destructive behavior because it's create addiction. So we will talk about that very important thing that this kind of addiction to suffering that my teacher Tony Robbins explained that why we stick to some problems and we create new problems because this is a huge addiction, even much more than alcohol and drugs, the addiction to feel significance in our pain and problems because it's fulfill some of our most important needs that we have about feeling, how we feel, how we connect with other people, and how we deal with it on everyday basis. So some coaching questions that I prepare here for you, they can help you. I use them on everyday basis. I use AI tools to put this presentation together very quick on everyday basis. I make a decision to show up for you, and at the same time I'm a single father. I'm parenting 16 months old son. I'm in the new town without friends and family supporting me. I'm paying bills, running my job, building my business, and do some voluntary job to be able to help others. I'm working with people in the war zones. So I'm not like somebody who have some extra time. This is my passion that I share with you right now, and I know that it's 100% will help you. Just pick up few tools, practice them today, and give me feedback because I'm really wants to know about your story and how it helps you. And this is what I share with you today. It's not something that I created. I just master it on my regular basis and it gives me results. I help my clients and patients to do so. And I see thousands of maybe even millions of people who use these tools because, for example, my teacher Tony Robbins do this almost 50 years, and Clay Madonna's from Institute of Family Health doing it even more than a half of the decade. So I have many different mentors and teachers from who I learning right now, and I see how impactful these tools that I will share with you today with some of coaching questions. So make them not from me to you, because probably what not ours, we are just maybe through curiosity read it and forget about this. I want for you the huge impact in your life to make a difference. So you be able to create a life on your turn, how you want it. So this is why it's important to master some of skills. And one of them is asking yourself some question and re-asking yourself about our beliefs. When you be able to ask yourself a question, why I'm acting like this, how I'm acting, why other people do so, my family members, my parents, for example, if you're interested about, and how I once my family relationships works. This is that not guarantee that we will not have any stress. We not be able to control other people's behaviors, and we don't need to control our life. Everything that we can start to do today focus on something that we can influence. And first, it's acknowledge that we all have pain, and you can ask yourself, when the last time the pain spoke instead of presence. So it means that you lose momentum and you are start reactively acting. It means like talking something, doing something, thinking something, and of course it's some emotional response. When you be able to be aware of it, you don't need to fight it, criticize it, because we can see it in other people, and it's so like it's so visible, right? Somebody get angry, somebody pissed off, somebody get depressed or sad or crying or doing something. Sometimes people even do violence to fulfill this pain that will appear on everyday basis if it's not healed. So today it will be, of course, it will be not enough to work it out, but it will be something that you can do today and work out with it later, maybe tomorrow, after tomorrow. Go back to these tools, make them yours using Gemini, ChatGPT. If you want, Google some things, but I'm not Google so much right now. I'm using AI tools. So this is something that we can use in purpose and give ourselves much more awareness and consciousness. So it will be the best way to communicate with yourself with awareness and asking yourself the question, okay, this situation I act, really it was painful situation for me, and I just feel that pain and I just react. And interesting thing that many centuries in different cultures, in different in mythology, in history, in cultures, in literature, we have in fairy tales, we have different characters who change their behavior. They like transforms to some creatures, and usually they combine like two, like animal and human, right? It's like a werewolf or like berserk or like minotaurs or like other beasts that become like rage monsters. And it looks like it's something that mysterious. But when we look deeper inside us, we have these modes only because it's a part of our nervous system. And about that a little bit later. But this is familiar. It's familiar centuries, and we have these stories, and people live with it. But it's not mean that we need to let these behaviors run our life. We have a choice. This is a most important thing. And right now we have an extension of it in real cinema. We have Hollywood movies about different characters. We have comics about that, and it's so many different stories about people behavior, and some of them looks like they are unrealistic, right? When transformation from the human to the green monster who like crushing everything. But explosive range, it's something when people go to run, it's on everyday basis. And when people have a split personalities like it looks like, or when they emotionally seeking like a blood, like a Dracula, like they are seeking for other people energy and feeding themselves, or like Othello, you heard about this. It's distrustful, very destroyful jealousy that can destroy relationship. It can be from male, female, no matter. But this is just behavior. Or we talk about Black Widow or Bluebeard, right? It's a similar manipulative dominance. It's just a behavior, but we label it in myth, in cinema, in mythology, in literature, and it looks like we live around it. But when we looks deeper, it's part of our behavior, and happens only because we have a survival mode and we use it to just run the pain. And very important thing that I will give you some other after explanation that I love because I learned their work about psychology, about coaching, and about neuroplasticity when we're talking about quantum biology. That it's explain a lot of things, but it doesn't mean that it's automatically help us change it because help us change something, have a progress in life, and create new identity because it's not enough. Because between awareness, intellectual knowledge, and mastering, when we be able to master our state and create new identity, this is a gap. It's called everyday practicing. It's something that you have emotional response, it becomes yours. We called it psychosomatic response. When you take, it's not any other people anymore. It's not any other advice to you anymore. It's not from outside. It's something that you created. It's like your own kung fu. This is why I am inviting you to be interested and dive in with the cat curiosity, like, okay, how it's relate to me. Because all of these heroes, sometimes they looks like cool, right? Because these emotions and this action, they connected to our nervous system and survival mode so quickly. And this is also one of the important tool to be aware how news and social media get inside us so quickly and spread around our nervous system, body, and become a part of our life. But about this a little bit later. So right now I know that you already have. I personally very love different berserks, werewolf, and Hulk, and Mr. Jekyll. It was my favorite one. After that, I switch to other heroes, like, for example, Doctor Strange or Groot. And I now understand right now why it happens unconsciously. So I don't remember the moment when I just switch it. So I still love this power and energy, uh, but I choose more constructive way to explore myself. And this is something maybe you can can relate to that. Ask yourself which hero is your favorite one. It can give you a little bit of, like a little tip, like, okay, where I'm more in depression or in aggression? I'm more in curiosity, growth, or distraction and disconnection. because these characters always lead us to some anchor. And it's just like a little prompt. It's don't mean that you will stay with it forever. One more time, I want to tell you this is just a state. Why I switch from uh, allopathic medicine when we're talking about diagnosis, for example, like diabetes. Why I switch to holistic approach? Because I like more working with state. So, Dr. Bruce Lipton learning quantum biology many decades, and he explained that we be able to influence on cellular level our DNA healing. All of it reparation and replication and changing our chemistry just with our state. It's something that can tell you that, okay, you have some kind of physical state right now or emotional state right now. You be able to influence it and change it. It don't mean that genes that you have from your parents and grandparents, they will affect you. Like your parents or grandparents have some states like diabetes or cancer or heart attack. uh, some of them have I have all of this in my family. More heart attacks and diabetes. And it don't mean that I will be labeled by it because I have the same body as you. And we be able to influence ourselves with behavior. It's called epigenetics. It means like you build on everyday basis some habits with understanding what you're doing. You don't need to know everything, but you just need to have somebody who already did that. You have their results, you see, you understand, you build environment around it, and you become a part of it. So it's changed step by step who you become. This is the whole point. So uh, when you see the way how you can behave, and what you will choose to transform your pain, which character you picking up, because you can pick up few. It's just a little part. It's like playing toys when we are kids, it's just simple understanding of things and little tips that can show you, okay, why I like Hulk, and you can explain why, because it's a mirroring you. Or why I love Doctor Strange, because it's mirror. Or other like Professor X, for example, or Prometheus, Hercules, uh, Iron Man, Batman, any kind of character. Or maybe you love some destructive one, like on the previous slide. Is just to give yourself a little bit flexibility and without judgment, yourself just being seen. So you see, you name it, and this is when you get your power back. It's we can show you a little bit, tell you a little bit about your state, where you are most of the time. Because my teacher, Tony Robbins, explained that we have emotional loop. It's acting in like in when we are in survival mode, we go to aggressive or depressive mode, and usually it affects us and other people. So it's not about uh, judging somebody or ourselves, beat ourselves up. It's about asking question, okay, if I have this state, how I be able to influence myself with consciousness on everyday basis, which kind of habits I can bring to my life and be able to create my own way of like master it and become my own hero and create a life on our own. But let's move forward, because this is just a little bit reflection to bring your attention to yourself even more and give you some tips to realization. I love very much Eckhart Tolle work, and his book Power of Now. This is something that can help you. If you didn't read it, you can right now reach him through YouTube, through audio, books or podcasts. He was many times invited. Like, for example, I'm part of Tony Robbins' crew, and I'm signed up for many programs, and I'm learning from every guest who Tony Robbins himself, he said, I'm not a guru, but we know that he coached a lot of us. For me, for example, he many times in my life helps me in professional life and in relationships, and to build my own identity back. Like, for example, bring my smile back. During 2 weeks of practicing, I was part of Inner Circle after my mom passed away. I did it in purpose. I show up on Time to Rise Summit and just sign up for Inner Circle. And it gives me so much benefits, and I be able to get back to my purpose. So I still have pain, but I be able to transfer it. So if we will not work out with it, it will still we be part of our nervous system because it's wired in it's our experience. The pain, it's a part of life. But what we will do with it, who will become, this is the main reason why we're here and asking these questions. So question that I pick up from Eckhart Tolle, it's which emotional pattern repeats most often in my life. This is what I was interested about. And you can ask yourself, read this book, Eckhart Tolle, Power of Now. He talking about this pain body. It's something that run in our nervous system. It's like a depot of emotions, thoughts, and stories. And we need to see it, be aware of it, so we be able to have a power to change the story, to see different perspective. Tony Robbins tells us that pain in our life can be also a power if we be able to change the story about it, because everybody have in our life different experience, and everybody's life it can be example or it can be a warning. It's usually both. So we be able to create by focusing with consciousness about what we want to create. We can create more positive or like constructive things or destructive without judgment. Both of them are we see around us, and some people continue acting in destructive way because they want to fulfill these their needs in destructive way, and also their pain body asking for it because it's not healed. You can't say time will heal it. It's not. In many cases, most of the cases, it's become even worse because you pick up the same people in your life. You pick up the same patterns in job, for example, in partnership. You you transfer it to your kids. You can just, without even understanding how the pain body can just drive your life. It's seeking for help. It's signaling you that I have it. It's like our instincts. We aware about it, about them, and they help us survive. But it don't mean that we need to let them drive our life. This is about that because we can repeatedly do some things. So right now in my life, I have some challenges, and I see how people, close people to me, with who we had connection, they're right now addicted to drama, addicted to conflict. Uh, like safe and loving environment becomes dangerous because it's something that not natural. Because for example, some people can grow up in very destructive, abusive relationships with their parents and family members. They are fighting with each other. It's a crime around, and it's become a part of nervous system. You can't just tell to yourself, "I will change environment and it will be healed by itself." It will not. You will transfer your behavior to the other environment. It can be one of the step, start working with a coach, start working with psychologist, with somebody who can help you, with therapist, start visiting some seminars, retreats. But when you go back home, when you go back to 24/7, this is what matters the most, not some outside community. It's important, but if you will not uh, be like be aware not just on the level of intellect. If you be aware on the level of practice on everyday basis, if you will create your schedule, you will be consistent and persistent, you will be able to succeed. You will be able to create the new identity. So, for example, when I pick up triad from Tony Robbins, it's change your physiology, your story, your language, your self-talk. After my mom's funeral, it's take for me few weeks to get back my smile. But I did practice every day, 6 or 8 hours, and I dive in on intellectual level and start practicing and until it becomes mine. Because Tony teach from the stage or from the screen, it's his experience in something that he helps other people, but it never becomes automatically yours. You can stay and watch and stare at it on everyday basis hours, but if you will not start practicing, nothing will happen. So it means like it will get even worse because in your head you will have a self-talk. I knew it, it didn't help. I tried, it didn't work for me. This is we know these stories. A lot of people talking about the same things over again and explaining, give some excuses that it didn't work, only because this gap never was fulfilled. So let's move on and dive a little bit deeper. Because according to Eckhart Tolle, when our nervous system hijacked by stress, also, Tony Robbins explained how this state, survival mode, drop us to emotional loop, crazy eight pattern. So we can, from different perspective, look for it from psychology, from psychiatry, from coaching, but it will be the same thing. It means we have our nervous system regulated pattern. So our body didn't understand it's something that we be able to deal with normally, or we need to fight, flight, or freeze. Sometimes people can looks like they give up, like become like a sheep, like okay, let's do it. It means they are freeze, they become passive, but it don't mean that their aggressiveness gets out. It means it's still there. They ready to fight, not just right now. For this moment, they agree because they are don't have enough energy to give you feedback, give you fight back. But this will happen only because that pain body without healing will always get back to hijack our nervous system and block our neocortex, our relationships, society mode, like creativity, curiosity. It will always lead to some angriness and some kind of behavior that usually will give us some fulfillment, temporary release, we can say. So, in which survival mode you usually jump in? So, in the beginning, we talk about which hero you will pick up. It's going to give you a little tip. Right now, you understand that you have a pain body. I have, everybody have, and what you deal with it, how it affects you because of some stories or some behavior that you have from the past, how it affects you. It's because it's about you. This is about how you will deal with it. You want to do whatever you want. Drop in the chat, for example, what do you think about it? It's about you or it's about somebody else? Because this is the first step when we start be aware and acknowledge ourselves and see, okay, yeah, some part of it's really true. Probably I can try to do some work with it if I want to deal with it. Because some of you can listen to me because of my funny accent. Some of you just have some extra time and want to kill it. Some of you really have a curiosity about learning new thing. And just few of you I know, probably maybe it's you who really wants to create new life, new identity, life on your own term. And I'm not telling who you need to be. You can be all of these both. Because I remember my state when I start showing up on different seminars or start reading book or watching some podcast. In the beginning, I have one state and some thoughts. In the middle, different, and in the end, I already wants to apply something. This is why I love immersion in Tony Robbins' universe because his seminars usually takes 3, 4 days. It's minimum, like 30, 50 hours immersion because this is how you create this like necessary state of getting 100% some results. It means like you don't just change things, you have a progress short period of time, you have a shift, you have a progress. This is why I love these methods to work with and implement on everyday basis. Let's move on. So, interesting thing that everybody of us have a relationships. If you don't have a partner right now, it's just mean you just don't have it right now. Maybe you have some previous experience and you have some pain and you like have a pause. Maybe you in relationship right now and they great. It means that you make them great. It's not by luck because you know it. You don't need to using any masks because this is true. You work out it. You know your partner, you know what he loves or she, and you do something with it, and your partner do the same. So it's a level of love when you really put your partner first. But usually we drop in the stress, we drop on the lower level. According to Tony Robbins, it's 4 levels of them. And usually in the pain body, in the stress mode, when we not heal ourselves, we usually operate on level 1. Most of the people stay there. Sometimes they get to level 2 when it's trading. You give me, I give to you. And all of it relate to these pain body and reflection, some kind of instincts and emotional when amygdala takes over. I'm talking about part of the brain that just give us emotional spark, and we just doing something that help us temporary to feel more significance. According to Tony Robbins, we have a few of needs, and some of them is being significance or like have a confidence or some variety or some connection. I remember I was a pleaser, and many of my relationships, I was long time in some of relationship because when I start relationships and I know that it needs to go somewhere, I give a proposal, and after that we go to fulfill some our needs and goals. So we know where we're going. We know when we will get married, we start planning the kids. And I remember in my relationship, I was a pleaser. And right now I understand why. And in every relationship, it was the same pattern of reaction. Because when you become a pleaser, any person knows how it did. When somebody pleases you so much that it becomes even yucky. We have some our needs to be fulfilled. Every female wants to be pleased, but any female wants to have a pleaser who always will do everything what being said. It's makes female even get scared because what kind of man around me he not be able to make any decision. So this is something that transfer relationships from deep love and connection to some to some fear and destruction. And usually, without healing pain body, it happens like that. On the first level of love, according to Tony Robbins, if you want to, I'm talking a lot, and some of things you maybe not understand clearly, but in description, I'm explain everything and give you some links so you can dive in. And I create some workshop on these topics and some courses about relationship, about leadership, about healing and energy, vitality, longevity, and mindset. All of that available. We just need to keep in touch. And if not me, pick up anybody else who will lead you through this. I already give you some authors. You can just go use AI tools and dive in. So it will help you to pick something that will be fits for you, and you will be enjoying the process. So if you recognize some patterns from it, congratulations, because everybody have them. You or you are if you have a pain, you recognize it, you understand that you didn't heal it, you know it. I don't need to tell you. So usually in with this pain, you in relationship acting or from the pleasing mode or from significance controlling domination mode. And from time to time it switched because the person who was dominance feel guilt and drop to pleasing. And we can't have two pleasing people in the house because that person who pleased before become on the top with dominance. Because person with a healing pain body, it means like the pain body still exists, but it's never drive you anymore. It means that you have instincts and you can drop in stress, but they never drive you. You'll be able to take a pause and create something that you want to. You will never be a pleaser, or you will never be an controlling dominance. You will have temptation to act like that because we was there as the kids, believe me, as the kids to just connect with our caregivers. We will do everything. We use so many different tools from pleasing to manipulation to just get some care and protection. This is what was about. So when you understand that a relationship can be suffer from it. Even people who love each other, their pain body can take over. They can start fulfilling their needs that they needs to fulfill. Certainty, uncertainty, significance, love connection, all of that will fulfilled with destructive way. And some of them you can see here. So when you are in relationship right now, you have we all human beings. If you're not living the cave, probably you're not because you watch this workshop, you have a service, right? You have a tools. I'm not sure, but you have a relationships with yourself first. After that, some family members, close people, kids, parents. After that, your siblings, your partners in the business and work. But all of that starts from you. And this is what you can also see and start feeling differently. And when you aware with it, you get it. Okay, it's about me. I can do something with it, and I will see it next time. I will not reflect like I did before. I'm aware about my pain body, what I need to do with it. I need to heal it today. Today, I need to do something because it's inside me. I have it, and it will show up if I will not do nothing with it. It even will grow if I will just leave it like this. The first step is be aware and understand, okay, it's about me, what I need to do with it. Second part, it's very important. When you acknowledge it and you don't use as a, like, you don't use, you not lock it as a as a diagnosis, like narcissistic, for example. Right now, it's so much of it in social media because it's the people who have a pain body, who stuck in first level of love about me, everything for me, like a baby love, emotional kids. And of course, they pick up some archetype that they enjoy. They see it on the movies, they see it in the comics, they see it in the mythology, and they say, yes, this is fulfilled my life. It's destroy life, but it's something. It looks like a life, and a lot of people have the same story. So first of all, when you recognize that you have some of behaviors like that, you don't pick it up as a diagnosis. You not label yourself. First of all, you are change your approach. You aware of it, and you change your self-talk. It's mean I'm not broken, just my nervous system unregulated right now. And I need to give myself a pause, take a deep breath, and change my inner talk, and change the perspective of thinking, change the focus of thinking. Not why this happens right here, right now, or why these people act like that. You ask yourself why I act like that, who I become if I will change my approach, what I should do differently. And this is will be the next step, that you are not label yourself like in medicine when we're talking about the body. Why I switch to holistic health, because we're talking about state. It's not diabetes, it's sugar spikes. My grandfather died from consequences of diabetes. Like recently, I talked with some of my new friend. He talked about his mother who was diabetic. She passed away, but before she passed away, she suffered on the wheelchair because her legs was cut because of disease. It was consequences, and her identity shifts only because people label themselves, and this has become an end. But when we aware that diabetes is it's a sugar spikes. Yes, if you long already have that, it means like you need to closer look at your habits and your behaviors, and you need to really wants to change it, because some people use their pain to get contact. It's one of our six human needs, connection, and we can get some. When we are suffering, other people can give us some attention and care. I know this from my own family stories. My both grannies, they after their 60s, even 70s, I guess. Yeah, after their 70s, they broke a hips. They both broke a hip. One stay laid down and die because her body just give up after year and a half in the bed, but she has a lot of attention from all family. Another start walking again. It takes some recovery process. Yes, she not be able to run anymore, of course, but she passed away after 15 years or 20 years during pandemic. It was a different situation, but this was not from that broken hip. And a lot of people have the same conditions from time to time. But what you do with it, it's your identity level. So another granny, she decide, I will do everything is possible to start walking again. I remember I come to visit her and bring some veggies, some fruits, and ask what kind of help do you need. And she said, just leave it on the table. I will put everything to the fridge by myself. And I see how she barely walking, but she is active because of her energy and state. Everybody in our family know this granny. She was very strong woman. And it's a different story about her life situation. But what I can say about her state, and her identity about ne anything what happens in life, I be able to make it. I will be able to become somebody. So when you understand that some part of you needs to have some healing, regulation, some improvement, something to just be aware of. Just rebuild connection with yourself. Stop fighting and start building connection, like get centered from this aggression and depression. Get centered with gratitude, start healing yourself. It don't mean that you will not never have these spikes anymore. You will, and I will. But how fast you get out of it? You will be good in making yourself in balance, in presence, and you will not be good anymore to just stay in depression or aggression. And most of the people just use that way because it's familiar, but it's destroy life. And we see these ways how it works. Why I decide to put this slide? Because it's very important. On the language of Eckhart Tolle, it will be named as a modern media feeds pain body machine, I can add, because it's really 24/7 machine. We have a lot of feedbacks about this in social media. People demonize it. But look, let's be honest. Why people putting so much news about crime, about disaster? Why they posting it? Then newsmakers, people on television, they are not bad people. They just know everybody of them have their own pain body because they stick to it. It don't mean that they're bad people. Some of their behaviors and their work needs to be done, right? Because they need to pay bills. So this is just a system. And you don't need to fight this system. You just need to understand how it affects people, how it affects human being behavior, how it affects you personally, and what you will do with it. Because right now I record this workshop and I will post it. And I will cut it for little pieces to spread this message on every platform. Of course, I have connection with other creators in a social space, and I connect with other people to be aware what's going on in their life. So a few days ago, I chat with some my friends who are soldiers, and they're on battlefield, and some other people they on in the war zones, and other people are healing from some drama, from anxiety, somebody healing. Some influencers are learning about new skills, about finances, because I need to learn how to do some like business tools and marketing things to make this message how to say it flow, right? I want it to flow and reach you and other people. So if you see that it can be beneficial, uh, like it, subscribe it, and share this message, because you see that I'm not looking for a perfect explanation or perfect presentation. I'm seeking and looking for perfect intention. This is what I have, my mission and my purpose. And you know this about social media already. I don't need to tell you that. It's just a reminder how you fulfill your behavior, your pattern, because this is can feed your pain body. And because of that, people stick to it and can spend all day and night. And this is why some of content very attractive, especially about drama, about violence, about war, about destruction. And you can see these shows and they will land it straight to pain body of billions of people. And it's not good or bad. It's just how this machine work. And when you will start fighting this machine, you will become a part of it. It means like your pain body will find out how to get energy from it, and you will just become a part of it. If you will learn how to use it to make a difference, to become, to learn in some field and help others from your new tools, this is will be completely different game, and you will not anymore fight and demonize, stuck in this emotional loop, be feeding your end up feeding your pain body. You will know how to heal yourself, and you will know how to use the pattern, the system. You'll be able to create your own content and your own message to help others. This is how it can work for you in better way. So let's move on. And you can ask me like, okay, Yuri, I make a decision. I will work out on everyday basis to improve my skills, become more emotional, aware, mentally, benefit from it from intellectual level, and I will practice some tools. I pick up these tools and I will do some social media uh, work. So I will not just scrolling, I will start posting and create some content, or just looking for some creativity people who like really make a difference in society, not just posting crazy news. And something that can remind us that it's a lot of pain in the world. I know it. It's don't mean that we need to just close our eyes. It's there is no bad things, no pain. It's real. But how we be able to make a difference, have some like growth and contribution. This is our one of the our six human needs: growth and contribution. Be able to show up when we heal our pain body. It's never-ending process, and we will be able to create so much capacity of love, compassion, and gratitude that it will help us grow, and we automatically helps other people. So if other people continue their behavior, what we should do? We should put boundaries. And it's healthy boundaries. We don't need to cut our family members if their behavior is still destructive. I have family members who are still behaving from the pain body, and they behaving on first level of love. They stuck in this crazy eight pattern, and they fulfill their needs in destructive way. And I have an older brother like that. And one of the things that I recognize right now, that even from the childhood, he creates a different story about our father. I share about it in the previous workshop from yesterday, I guess, or a few days before, that I create a story about our father. He was a tough man, but at the same time, he was a leader, he was a coach, he was a mentor. He was not perfect, but he had love to us. He still have, I can feel it. And at the same time, he give us challenges. For my brother, he created a story. Our father is a monster, he is abuser, and he's still talking about that to other people. And it shaped his life in the level that I can just say thank you, brother, for your uh, it's not the example, it's a warning. Thank you, brother, for your warning. It don't mean that I didn't have any beautiful things and influence from him. I have. And I call him on the FaceTime and tell him that I really love you and thank you for things. But I see how his behavior affects his life, and it influence relationships and finances and everything. But I'm not cutting him emotionally. Before that, I did. I jump in the crazy eight pattern, was self-pity about it, about his behavior and some of the things that he did. and of course start criticizing him and even fighting him on the text and on the calls. But I stopped doing it a few years ago because I realized that it's my pain body just continue running me. When I understand it, I work out with it and I be able to have compassion and empathy to other people. I put boundaries, but at the same time, it's not destructive boundaries. It don't mean that I fight them. It don't mean I ignore them. It don't mean that I make them suffer and so they will stay out of me. It's a completely different boundaries. It's a when you be able to smile, save love, send love, great energy, some supportive vibes, without diving in the cycle of fulfilling their pain body that they choose to continue doing, because we all have this pattern. Now you be able to feel it and understand it. I hope. Drop in the chat, please. What do you feel and think about that? And most important thing, where are you in life, in your life right now, needs to rebuild some boundaries in the different way, because I know that you have already some. But where, in which field you are have a destructive boundaries? It means like you fighting, you running, you like creating some destruction for you, first of all. Because even, for example, I went through divorce and it was like with domestic violence against me, police was involved. Why I'm sharing you with this? Because this is a part of some choice that I make, and it was something that I did when I jump in this relationship as a pleaser, the person who wanna rescue, who wanna help, and always without healing our pain body, because our relationship usually reflects us. If we're not healing our health, our pain body, it was always uh, destroy relationships. And from my partner side, without no judgment, I understand and I'm aware about pain body. I'm aware about patterns, but I not be able to influence another person behavior. I can just influence my own. So we be able to understand other people behavior, but it don't mean that we need to let them to be a part of our life on everyday basis. And we can still have love to these people with compassion and empathy, but it don't mean that we need to let them 24/7 have influence in our life. So this is a very important things to be aware. And another very important thing, that the healing process will never help by itself with time, for example. Time not healing. Time will heal you if you will, on everyday basis, do some practices. And I use many different tools, breathing, grounding, and I pick up it. I remember cold hot procedures, cold plunge, jump in the cold river. I pick up it from my granddad. He was my father's stepfather. My father, my biological granddad, passed away when my father was 3 years old. So I know my father's stepfather as my grandfather, and he was a biohacker. Right now, I understand it. It was many, many years ago, like more than 20 years ago. But I remember all of that, grounding, walking on the grass, talking with the nature, catch up with different plants, and we work on the land a lot. I remember every summer, and I pick up it from him. And it don't mean that it sticks to me automatically. Only after I start making it on everyday basis my own lifestyle. I pick up from Wim Hof a lot of different practices, from other breathing techniques, cold exposure, from other mentors in yoga practices and stretching. After that, from Eckhart Tolle. And right now I do priming, Tony Robbins priming. I love, I make it my own like style, and I share some of these on my YouTube channel. But most importantly, it helps me to not just manage my state and heal my pain body. It helps me to create new identity, new level of emotions, understanding, and actions. And this is when we're talking about making your life on your own term. And I pass it to my son, my 16-month-old son right now. He love nature. We love walking barefoots, connecting with nature, touching trees. It's something that he loved to do by nature because he is nervous system seeking for this, and we be able to give us to our kids. Just give them opportunity to explore with understanding how it affects us. So I'm inviting you to join to this everyday practicing, like some kind of priming, something that will gives you some presence, grounding. It can be breathing, it can be dancing, it can be music, it can be some singing, it can be workouts, it can be many different things. Just something that will help you best if it will be multiple of them. So you will use some breathing, some stretching, some grounding, some cold exposure, some workout, some dancing. From time to time, it can be just different tools, and I use many of them, and I pass it to my son. This is the best what I can do for him because it will help him to work out with his future experience because he will have his own pain. And I know it because it's part of life, but he will not stuck in suffering because he will know the way of choosing things. This is what I'm looking for. So, what right now you are, this is a question for you. What will you be able to start practicing that you know already something, but you are struggling to make it on everyday basis as a habit? Because this is the biggest thing, fulfill this gap. If you need some support and guidance, reach me out and let's make it together. Let's make it work because you are not your survival mode. You are not your pain body. You are not your crazy eight pattern. You have some human needs, but you can choose the way how you fulfill them. And this is invitation to be more conscious and care about yourself first, like in the plane, oxygen mask first on yourself, and after that to your kid. And I want to invite you to pick up something that you will choose do today differently. Some little habits that will give you awareness, that will give you opportunity to build presence, and from that place, create the actions, emotion, thoughts that will help to build your own identity and create life on your own terms. This is my invitation to you because everybody have a story, everybody have experience, everybody have a pain, but we don't need to stay in suffering, in that feeding that pain body. As a Tony Robbins teach, pain part of life, but suffering the choice. This is actually very important message. What the choice I make a suffer? What do you mean, Yuri? This is something that you can sit with it. You don't need to fight it. We're not here to arguing. I pick up something that works for me and works for my clients and patients on everyday basis, and I pass it to you. And you choose what to do with it. This is what I invite you to do because we have many beautiful stories. Many of you heard about Elon Musk. Of course, he have his story. You can read about it. A lot of testimonies, what he go through, and how he built his life around innovation and vision, and why he choose it. And another story about Mother Teresa and Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins have his childhood drama and some like struggles and pain to transformation to give us so many people coaching that and opportunities to change their life through changing their state and writing a lot of books and create right now the phone that feeds billions of people. And right now they almost get 100 billions of meals for human beings, and it is just the beginning. And Mother Teresa, you heard about her story, how she turned her life pain and challenges and help other people to heal. And amazing stories about Mahatma Gandhi and Nelson Mandela, who turned their suffering to the purpose to help others. And this is a story I encourage you to learn more. And one of the teachers of Tony Robbins that Tony Robbins mentions is a Viktor Frankl. I love his story because he was in Nazis camp. All his family was killed there, and he escaped and he created the movement. And many of you probably heard about his work and his book, Looking for Purpose, because somebody know him as a psychologist in the Nazis camp, because this is who he uh, become, we can say. He turned his pain to the power to help others overcome their suffering and pain. So beautiful examples, beautiful stories. All of them have pain, all of them have a warning, but most example they have in their life. This is what I'm looking for. And you have your own heroes. You know that they have their own challenges, and I'm just want to remind you about that in our power, in our on everyday basis, um, influence, we be able to create the life on our own turn. And I want to invite you to do so. To keep momentum going, I create the Ultimate Reset Guide. It helps you in five areas of life. I can say it's about emotional, mental, it's about physical, like longevity, vitality, energy. It's about relationships, and it's about restore your meaning, your leadership skills, and some maybe passion. You can use it as a base for you, and we will keep in touch. I will be happy to hear from you about your experience. And if you want to dive in more deeply, because this Ultimate Reset Guide is free, you can just grab it. In my bio, it's a link in here through QR code. And you can also join my new free community. It's Achievers Emotional Mastery. I created in school, powered by Alex Garmosi, and create a classroom there. We'll be able to keep in touch, chat with each other. You can post there. You can meet new friends. Um, Also, people who are love to grow and contribute, and it can become a great place to help each other to move on. So please meet me in any of these places. Give me feedback, because most important things for me is how it impacts your journey, because I have so much benefits from all of these tools that I share with you today. But I will happy to hear from you. This is everything about you today. Thank you that you give me some time, and like, please subscribe and share if you will feel that it's beneficial. And I will see you on the next episode very soon. Bye bye.